we know each other. So some of you have said that you think we're brothers. So raise hand if you think we're brothers. Okay, there's about 10% of people. Okay, raise your hand if you think we're friends. Okay. Okay, and how many years do you think, you're right, actually, we are friends. In fact, we are best friends, but I want you to guess, how many years do you think we've been best friends for? Anyone? Okay, go for it.
20 years.
Yes, you got it in one. 20 years, ladies and gentlemen, Damon and I have been best friends since him and I were 14 or 15 years old, and now I'm 30. No, I forgot. I'm trying to remember. I stopped counting after 35. I'll do it.
Whenever I tell him his age, he's like, I'm not even born yet.
We hope to stay young.
Yeah.
So, Jamin was actually the one who introduced me to Buddhism. I was an entrepreneur, I was working like crazy, I was working in all of these high-flying companies and high-flying events, and I was like, my life's good, why do I need Buddhism, right? But eventually, ladies and gentlemen, one day my life crashed, and it crashed really badly. And in that moment, I realized that everything that I was doing at the time was from a place of vanity and pride and ego and greed, and you live this incredible celebrity lifestyle, right? And it wasn't for compassion and selflessness and really helping people. And on the journey, I ended up meeting so many profound teachers, so many profound monks, so many profound, incredible lineages and traditions and cultures. And I went through a process of transformation in Buddhism over the last 10 years, where I cut all the ego and the greed and all of the things that, the West kind of glorifies in some sense, right? Like, you've got to have these things and then your life is cool, right? But then when you have it, you feel very hollow inside. You feel very empty. You feel like, actually, I achieved so much, but I don't feel good, right? And that's what I had. I went through anxiety. I went through a phase of being very, very depressed. I went through panic attacks. And I was like, how does this make any sense? In the Western world, I've achieved everything. And yet, inside, I feel so empty and so hollow, right? And that's because there was nothing really there that was above and beyond myself. And Dharma actually is the thing that filled that gap. So that's why I'm very, very grateful to the Buddha Dharma and to be Buddhist. Then, you want to talk a little bit more about your story?
Yeah, sure. So mine was also similar, where both him and I were chasing success. There is this glorified version in the West. Chase success. Success is the number one thing you could ever do. If you are successful, you are happy. That's the formula, yeah? Become successful, have money, you are happy. Simple, very easy. But in working very hard, for many, many hours in front of the laptop as well. And one of the things that happened to me was that I became partially blind in one of my right eyes. And for months I couldn't see from this eye. And that was just out of stress, out of strain, out of not sleeping properly, out of burnt out of working so hard. So this also led me to the question, what am I doing all this for? What's the point in everything if internally it doesn't make me happy? So that's when, lo and behold, the entire universe works in mysterious ways, with a monk coming to my house, and then, because my dad is also a meditation and stress coach, believe it or not, there was, but I didn't really feel like I could understand or appreciate that. So someone else had to come in, and then I got to understand a little bit more about the practices, and started doing 10 minutes a day, and then 1 hour a day, and then 2 hours a day, and I was like, wow, this is amazing, this just keeps getting better and better. And then this led on the 10-year journey of going down the path of understanding many, many cultures and many, many versions of and types of Buddhism that even exist. So
this is a short snippet of some of the many pictures that we have, ladies and gentlemen. Jamin has trained with Zen masters in Japan. I'm very close with many Theravada monks in Thailand. In fact, I just came back 2 weeks ago from one of my teachers there in Chiang Mai in Thailand. We met His Holiness the Dalai Lama last year, thanks to NT, Dzogchen masters at the top and Vajrayana practitioners. And that's Jamin's wife, by the way, in the pictures as well. And we've traveled the world with an aspiration to go to some of the most sacred Guru Rinpoche caves, some of the most sacred sites of Lord Buddha. And we've got a few places left. We've got Sikkim left, we've got Tibet left, we've got Bhutan left. There are 3 places left.
Anyone from Bhutan?
Bhutan?
Yes, get in touch, please.
Amazing.
We want to come visit you.
So we'll definitely come and visit you in the future. Anyone from Tibet? Okay, fantastic, fantastic. So we'll get some tips from you. Sikkim? Anyone from Sikkim? Yes. Okay, fantastic. Wonderful. Thank you so much. So we're so proud to say that we have, we're going to have friends all around the world, right? But we've been to many, many of these sacred sites and got the blessings of all of these very profound places. And so, it's sometimes I feel like I'm some full-time monk in a way because I'm always traveling the world. He has a funny name for me. So in the UK we have a Prime Minister called Rishi Sunak, right? Well, we did. And he says, you're like Rishi Sunak because you're like a Rishi, you're always traveling the world, going to very sacred sites. So, but yeah, look, this is just to show you that, Buddhism is such a core part of our lives, and we've traveled the world going to all of these incredibly sacred sites where there are many, many profound blessings. So,
and one of the things is we're not here because we're marketers. We're here because we found the benefits of Buddhism and we're marketers. So that's the beauty of what we're here to share, and that's why we're here to share it with you guys. Thank you. So, it's time to connect with us. We'd love to actually get in touch with you, hear from you, tag us. We're going to, throughout this whole process, we're going to be actually doing practical workshops on recording lots of things. So yeah, please get in touch with us. We'd love to hear from you. And although we've done our entire journey for companies, we're also going to be starting our content creating journeys as well in a lot more depth, even though we've had lots of rounds of it as well. So